Hello everyone. Please mind any swooshing noise you hear in the background. The wind is very eloquent and loud today, and that goes perfectly with what we're discussing today. Today I will be discussing the 6 elements. First, we're going to talk about the 4 base elements and their impact and their vital force in our life. And this, I believe, is key to a lot of what modern medicine is missing. The obvious visible missing element of modern medicine is spirituality. We're under the impression that we are only physical cellular structures, even though everything around us is evidence to know and understand that we are much more than meets the eye. Science wants to break down what meets the eye until there is nothing left to break down. And it's important that we mention that because we don't know anything if you really look at it. We look at water, science looks at water, it tells us about the molecules that go into water, H2O, where water may have started and how long ago, and all these, most of these, if not proven, are theoretical. At the basis of water, we have no clue what it is, or where it comes from, or where it began. And that same, you might say, confusion can be applied to just about every element and every facet that goes into nature and humans. So, this is an illustration that is, I would say, more suitable to me, my own understanding. But if it is of any help, any use to you, then feel free to use it. So we have the mind, and I like to think of the mind's base element as air. We have the speaking, the speech, the act of talking, which we also don't know what that is. Air. We have the heart, the emotions, right? The heart feelings, right? The beating heart, boom, boom, boom. And that I would consider to be water. We have the blood, which circulates all over the body, all over the system, that we can also consider water. We have the physical body, what you're looking at right now, what you can see for the most part. Cellular, physical structure, and we have, with the physical body, 5 senses: taste, touch, smell, sight, hearing. We can consider all these as earth. And then we have the gut. that I would consider as fire. So here is where you get, that gut feeling, right? You ever get a gut feeling like, oh man, this person isn't right? Or, oh man, I shouldn't be doing this. Or, oh man, something about basketball. I'm in the right frame to play today. Whatever it is, these are just examples. And then I would also consider the mind to be fire as well, even though I also said air. As we've all heard, I'm sure, the brain is cut into two parts, which I think goes hand in hand with why we have two eyes, because we see usually with our brain, which sends signals to the eyes, right? But there's much more to eyes than brain signals. Scientists aren't going to tell you that because it's very mystical. It's very impractical, they might say. But yes, I would consider the mind to also be fire. So with each element, we have two corresponding elements that make them very useful in our own being. And so just as all these elements have an impact on a personal level, all these elements have an impact on an environmental level, on a community level, country level, planetary level, universal level, right? So we start here and then it branches out like a tree. Now, there are basic qualities to each element. For air, I think it's important to mention that our mindfulness of all these elements will directly influence our health and our ability to engage with the world. For example, air. Usually people who are dominant in air qualities are very eloquent in speech. They enjoy talking. They're very quick fixers. They can think pretty fast, and they're rather intelligent people. Right? And then water, these are usually people that are, since they're heart-based, they're more empathetic, they're more sensitive, they're more aware of their environment because they're feeling the emotions. Right? This is what empathy is. Right? Your emotions is energy in motion. Your emotions don't just stick with you. For example, I have this cup of water. Let's say today you're feeling like this cup of water. You're clean, you're clear, you know what you're gonna do today. You're having a great day so far. Everything's pretty well set up. You feel at peace within yourself. And let's say I'm this coffee. So today my emotions are brown. I'm feeling down. I haven't had the best day. Stressed about work. Right? This is the effect I can have on you. That's how much I can affect you with my emotions. Now, this is where the importance of cleansing comes in. You know, we think the individual and the environment are separate, They are not. People who are, and then I would say if you want to know what element is dominant for you, your zodiac sign would explain that. Probably the best. Your sun sign, your moon sign. So we think we go in these unhealthy environments, and since we're not feeling that way, we're not affected by it, but we are, especially if we're water dominant, or in general, all these elements can be applied to each and every individual. So I'm in an unhealthy atmosphere, and since I'm very strongly empathetic and I can pick up on the emotions going on, that's how much I can be affected by what's happening around me, by something as basic as my surroundings. With people who are fire dominants, they're mostly bringing their own aura, their own energy to an atmosphere. They're not so empathetic. They're more so concerned with their own energy and what they can bring, and that's what makes their impact so powerful on others. But then, since we don't know how much of an impact we can have on others just with our energy, this is what a fire dominant person can do to anybody. They can make someone, they can put someone down or put someone up. You know, energy is very infectious. Now, the 5 elements are really important in having a holistic, the 4 elements are very important in having a holistic understanding of how to manage our own space and the spaces that we come into. Now, I want to draw this out. We have, say here, 3 points, here, 3 points. So it's a 6-pointed star. Many of you may recognize this as the Star of David. I would like to illustrate this as fire, water, air, earth, spirit, ether. And so we need to apply these layers, these different layers of health when it comes to managing ourselves and our surroundings and our relationships with anybody in general. You know,